Hey, how are you?
What's happening? What's
Hey,
happening,
not
brother?
much. Good to see you.
Tell me a bit about yourself. What's your name? Where you from?
Yeah, I'm Tyler Welton. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm 38 years old, and I joined the real world about a year ago. And yeah, my background is more in the cybersecurity space. So I've been a hacker my whole career, right? Kind of fell into the 9 to 5, doing hacker engineering roles, working my way up the corporate ladder in the tech space, but always had a side business and kind of joined the real world to help out with that. And so I'm happy to answer whatever we want to talk about there.
Let's go. So first off, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been in the real world for?
A year and 2 months, I think. I joined
Excellent.
March of
Let's
last
bring
year.
it
So
back.
yeah,
Let's bring it
yeah,
back.
yeah,
What was it that motivated you to join the real world? What is it that made you click that link and sign up to the real world?
yeah. Well, one of the things I've been wanting to do, right, is take. I'd been doing some side work over the last 10 years, and it always came to me. Like I never went out and looked for side work. And I've
Hmm.
always wanted to turn that right into a business and like a full-time business. And then I hadn't been bringing anything in for that in like 2 years. So I'd made $0 over a 2 year period and hadn't really been trying either, right? Because it had always just come. But I was like, if this is going to happen, I got to figure something out. I got to figure out how to go get business in here. And I just kept seeing the ads, right, for it, and I was like, $50 a month, right? Like I pay $50, and if it's garbage, I leave, right? I cancel my subscription. It's
Okay.
$50, no big deal. But I joined
Hmm.
with $50 the first month. Man, I just started diving in, and what I was looking to do was business courses, right? Like get up to speed on sales, marketing. How do I grow a business? I had questions I really tried to get answered from industry experts, like talking to salespeople to figure out how sales works, talking to business owners to understand what scaling a business looks like, and
Hmm.
none of it clicked. And then when I got in there and just got into the coursework, it was like, all right, this is answering questions left and right for me.
So you joined the business campus, correct?
Yeah, business mastery with Arno.
Cool. And
Yep.
so, what would you say was the biggest lesson that you've learned from the crypto campus? Sorry, from the business campus so far?
Yeah. So, like to me, the biggest stuff was just simple stuff like outreach, right? Sales and marketing, especially the marketing. There's this thing where Arno will do like a daily marketing. Here's an ad, analyze the ad. And there's so much in like my preconceived notion of what marketing was, being a tech nerd, right? And then trying to come into this business and learn the business skills. Uh, it. I had a lot to learn, right? Even I'm
Hmm.
38, right? So I'm not like super young, and I went through my whole career kind of not understanding the marketing side, and that helped me tremendously. How do I craft what I'm the value I'm providing and present that to
Listen,
people in a way
you're never too old to become
right.
successful, my friend. You're never too old to change your life, and it's great to hear from not just the young students, but people say in our age category as well. I'm
Yeah.
35, bro.
Yeah,
I'm no
man.
spring chicken myself, but it's great to hear from people like yourself who've gone right. This isn't just this isn't the end. I can make something of myself, and so
Oh,
you
no,
joined the
yeah.
business campus. You joined the business campus, and you've acquired them skills. Would you say it's helped you socially to acquire clients, or how did you go about getting more
Yeah.
clients? What was it that
Yeah, no,
taught
no.
you that?
Socially is a big thing, right? Like not just the outreach and how do I craft an email? How do I engage, right? Like how do I actually engage another group of people or a target market and like so the networking side, right? There's the business and the marketing side, sales, marketing, advertising, how to do that. That's great, and that actually gave me a lot of value. But then there's the networking side, right? And
Hmm.
I had a huge network from my career that I just wasn't tapping into, right? And I think most people
Mm.
people could probably say that. Most people probably have a bigger network and like uh, land of resources, right, to go tap into that they're just kind of
Yeah.
unaware of, and that was the case with me. And so I just needed to understand how to use that. And so that networking side was very, very helpful.
And have you met people inside your campus that you're close with now that you speak to regularly, or do you just
Yeah,
keep yourself to
in
yourself?
certain
Or
chats, right? The chat is great because it's a sounding board. So haven't done business with anyone. I've talked to a few individuals in the cybersecurity space, right? Because there's not a whole lot of us that's like our line of work.
hmm
But met some people there, but at the same time, just in the chats, talking to people, especially as you sort of progress and get into different specific rooms. There's people that have problems that are very similar to yours, right? How do you scale? Have this problem with accounting, things like that that are kind of shared among. It doesn't matter if
so
you're.
there's people inside there that are in the same industry as you that you've been able to give each other advice and the do's and don'ts for each other.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then there's people that are in a totally different industry, right? Like you could be running a lumber yard or something, and but you still
hmm
have to manage people, and you still have to do accounting, and you still have to, market yourself. So
hmm
it's pretty
Cool.
cool. Yeah, it's very very helpful.
And in terms of value, what would you say the real world has done for you in terms of making money? How much money would you say the real world has helped you make as a whole?
Yeah, as a whole. So it's going really, really well. So I talked about the services side, right? Like basically contract hacking for corporations that need their stuff broken into is what I started doing. That's what I've been doing my whole career. So contracted hacking. So I went down that route and said, how much can I gain in like income there? And like I said, I had $0 when I started from that side
hmm
work. And in between March and December, I summed probably 50,000 in new income for
Wow.
that business. In
Wow.
January of this year, I did my first 10K month, and then this month I'll be doing 22,000. So it's
Crazy,
going
bro.
really
Crazy,
well.
you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been really really cool.
So would
And
you
now
say
we're
it's helped
pivoting.
you as a person? Would you say it's helped you as a person in terms of confidence and going out and getting more business as well?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because when it came to like right, I've been behind a computer my whole career, right? So to go out and prospect, to go out and approach randos and get them on calls and try and explain the value, right? At first, it was very difficult, but now it's no big deal. It's like it is what it is, and you get a lot
Second
thicker
nature,
skin,
bro.
right?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
It's
Yeah,
like second nature to you now just to go and do it, right?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You get a thick skin
Bro, it's
too,
crazy
right?
to
Like
hear.
no doesn't hurt so
Yeah.
bad.
Well, bro, this is what I mean. A lot of people think that that they join the real world and they learn the skills, but they also don't understand the mentorship side of things and the mindset side of things that they learn from being with these professors, which I think is a
Yeah,
very important aspect of when you're maybe recommending the real world to people. Is that they understand that it's not just like a YouTube video. They actually have people in there who have experience and have the have the mindset to teach people as they join. Would you agree that your mindset's been strengthened and changed by the professor that you're under?
yeah, 100%. Absolutely. So Arno is a killer at what he's doing. The way he communicates is a no BS way of communicating. Like it's exactly what you need to
hmm
understand the concept and then to execute it, but no more. Like there's no fluff, right? And it is the best dive crash course into sales, marketing, and really business as a whole. Because the campus has
Yeah,
expanded in the last year that I've been there. But
yeah,
yeah, it's been
yeah,
great.
bro. It's unreal. So what's next for you in terms of growing your own business? What would
Yeah.
you do next?
Well, I brought in a partner. I brought in a business partner that I'd met. He's more on the sales side of security, and we're pivoting instead of doing services, which I love hacking, but don't want to do it forever.
Is
We
he in the
built a
real world?
product, and we're selling that product to high end clients, and it's looking good.
Is this guy from the real world, or is this someone that you've gone out and met yourself?
No, it's someone I had known from a past life, and then we kind of reconnected,
Okay,
and yeah, and
okay,
it synced up really well. I will say,
okay.
if I hadn't had some of the sales experience, I wouldn't have been able to kind of vet him as a good candidate for a co-founder. So that was
Nice,
helpful.
nice. So you acquired the knowledge into what was good for you, basically.
Yeah, yeah, because I'd gone through a few
Yeah.
that weren't. Right.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, listen.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's trial and error, and that's what business is about: trial and error, right? So
yeah, definitely
it's
so, man.
it's good to see that you're making things click. If you were to recommend a package for, say, someone who was drawn in the real world from today, would you
Yeah.
recommend? And this is a lot of I get asked this a lot. Would you recommend that they join on a monthly, or would you recommend that they join the Heroes Year, or would you recommend they dive straight in for the Champions package, Luke? What would you say?
Um, well, let's see. So my pattern was I signed up monthly and then did Heroes Year. And
Okay.
if you're committed, I would say I would say just have the balls to jump in and do Heroes Year, right? Like commit. If you're going to do it, do
Yeah.
it. It's $50 a
Yeah.
month. It's not that big a deal. If you're cynical about it, just pay the $50. Hell, I'll pay the $50 for you so you can go in, right? And get a month of it, right? And then if
So
you're
that's how sure you are that the real world will change someone's life as long as they want it themselves, right? So,
yeah,
that's how much you would vouch for the real world as a course.
yeah. Yep, absolutely.
It's great to hear your story, man. What's what's the plans for the weekend?
Oh, plans for the weekend, man. I gotta, grind out some more code.
There you
So,
go. There you go.
yeah, man. We're not
Good
done
to
till we're
hear.
done.
And are you going to travel this year? Are you going to stay put? What are
Yeah,
you going to do? You're going to continue to grow? Are you going to have a break, or what are you going to do? Talk
I'll
to
have a
me.
little break, taking the family. I got 3 kids and a wife. I'm taking them to Chicago and, just to hang out and see something different than the
Beautiful,
country
bro.
here in Tennessee.
Beautiful. You've got 3 kids. What age are your kids?
Yeah, 12, 9, and 7. I'm in the thick of it,
Wow.
man. Yeah.
Wow. Bro, you're very blessed, and to be able to
Oh, yeah,
make
very,
that
very
extra money
blessed.
to you make that extra money and you can give more back to them, and it's lovely to see someone, like I said, in our age sort of range
Yeah.
that's got off their ass and gone, it's not just for young men, it's for us too. So
Nah, brother,
yeah,
yeah,
honestly, mate,
it's
you
for anyone who wants to learn the skills that they might not have.
unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. You
Thanks,
keep
man.
smashing it for you and your family, and
Yeah,
hopefully
definitely.
we'll meet someday in the future, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. All right.
Thanks for your time, brother. Thanks for
Cheers.
your time.
Thanks.
Cheers, G.